A portion of this video is sponsored by Vistaprint. More on that later. In the last Abandoned Mansion episode, I said if we got 200,000 likes, I would put a baby on the roof. Thankfully, we did not get 200,000 likes. No, ma'am, we don't need your baby anymore. I'm gonna try one more time. If we get 200,000 likes on this video, I'll make a baby on the roof. Hey, welcome to Renovation Ranch. Another beautiful day up at the mansion. It is 27 degrees up here with about a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind, so it's a little cold. This morning we're pouring concrete. So we have two porches in the back, and then there was this huge hole in between them. And we thought it'd be cool if that porch just kind of connected all the way around. Unfortunately, it's like 10 feet down to the ground. So the guys built up base in the middle with trash bags and then put rebar all around it, which was really interesting for me to watch because I just figured to fill it in, you fill it all with concrete, but that would be super expensive. And they're like, no, you just fill it with dirt in the middle, concrete on the outside. So your concrete's only like, I don't know, 8 inches thick or something, all around all the edges, and then a big beam down the middle. And then the rest of it on the inside, the bulk of it is just all base fill. Just super cool. It's also cool to see how they did the rebar. They put holes into our existing porches, stick the rebar in through there so it'll connect the porches together, so if there's any temperature changes, the two porches won't shift independently of each other, which is pretty cool. So notice those little details. They're about halfway full with the concrete right now. It's going really slowly, and because it's uphill, they're bringing these trucks. We have 3 concrete trucks in, but they had to bring a pump truck also to pump it kind of uphill into there. So there's a bunch of stuff happening today. Hope you're doing good. I'm hoping it warms up because with this wind, it's a little chilly this morning. Today we're working on a little more framing and then a little more green boards. We're trying to get that front roof section all done right there. Still need to go and do that roof section up on top as well. All right, I better go join my friends before they fire me. It is 2 days later, and we are gonna walk on our new porch for the first time. Step on it, Annie. You're the first one. How's it feel?
Good.
Nice. This is so much better, right?
Yeah.
This is awesome. Whoa, you just made it all the way over there. This was a weird little thing. How have you never seen that board?
I have, but I guess that's one of the only rotten spots left.
Yeah, this area is one of the last remaining rotten spots. And the reason we went ahead and filled all this and this was open straight to the ground as well. We are going to actually wall this off right here and just make that part of the house, because they had it part of the house on the upstairs. There's a bathroom right there, and then it just cut in here and they had stuccoed this, but there was no place for water to seep out. We're learning it's not necessarily about keeping water out. I mean, it is, but what's even more important is letting water escape that does get in. And so there was nowhere for water to go out here, so it just sat there on top of the stucco and just rotted out that huge support board up there. So we are going to take that out, replace it, and make it come all the way down here. We're gonna take this wall right here, and this is the kitchen in here, take this wall, bring it out right here, and then this will all be part of the kitchen, and our wall will be here, and it'll go straight up. This is so much better, Mayor. Like, why would they not have put a porch continuing along there to start off? That was gonna be the porch for entertaining. This was gonna be not really usable, but now this whole thing, when you have a party, a birthday party or Christmas party or whatever, it's all usable. Plus, we're gonna take all this dirt and move it up against here and make the yard right under the level of the porch instead of like 10 feet below it. You can see that's an 8-foot ladder right there, and we've already put some dirt there. It went down further and then kept dropping off here. So, I mean, that's just so crazy. We also found out they stopped building. I hadn't known this yet. They stopped building this house in 2005. They started in 2001. They stopped in 2005. So this thing has just sat untouched until whatever, 6 months ago when we bought it. Meredith, we need to have a talk. We've owned this house for 6 months, and we have some decisions we need to make, like some big decisions. We've already actually made these decisions. We know the answer, but we feel like we finally are ready to tell y'all. We've kind of wanted to make this decision for a long time. We've just been scared to. The decision on, do we flip and sell, or do we flip and live happily ever after in this beautiful house? Well, someday it could be beautiful. With a beautiful view, which also the dirt piles don't really help it right now. Pros and cons, Meredith. Can you give me the pros and cons of flipping the house and selling it? I'll give you a pro. Lots of money.
We would think.
Flip a house, a huge mansion on a hill, and sell it. We bought it, as you guys saw, in terrible condition. So we basically bought this whole land with the house for just the price of the land. And then we put a lot of... Kids are just like, oh, dirt, awesome. And then we put a lot of our own work and sweat into this house, and hopefully someday it'll be done, and we will have made a profit on it. So theoretically, a pro is a lot of profit. Do you have any cons? How cute that is. I don't want our kids to grow
I was
up.
about to say, a con would be we have this footage of our kids, like, playing in dirt mounds out here. It'd be really sad if we didn't live here.
God, that is a insane view right there. It's so crazy. That was a pretty good con to flipping and selling. All right. Pros and cons of living in it. I guess those are the same thing, though. They're just the opposite. Pros are we get this view every day.
The cons are, though, that I really like our current house.
That is true.
Like, I really like our
We have no reason to leave our house except that we also think this is going to be so awesome.
Yeah.
We have enough space. We don't really want any more space. I can do my pew-pews in the backyard, which is awesome. We have a go-kart course. Ooh, that's a con.
Oh yeah, we
This
want
is
go-karts.
this is some hilly property, and there's not a pasture on this property, and so I don't know if we're gonna have go-kart course.
Yeah.
But we can have that at the ranch. It'll be fine.
I mean.
But it's nice to be able to go karting in your backyard too.
Yeah.
It's a small price to pay, I guess.
We have a giant, beautiful oak tree in our front yard that I love. And it's got like a swing in it that it's so nice to
It's like
look out the front windows
it's
and
like
see the kids
6
playing
feet
under it.
around. Like it's just a huge tree, and there are no big oak trees.
Yeah.
Like
I will be sad about that.
that right there is the same kind of tree. That's a live oak tree right there. That one's 7 feet tall. The one in our yard is like 40 feet tall and 7
huge.
feet across. That it's gonna take that one. I mean, in 100 years, Mare, that tree will be exactly what you're looking for. So it's fine.
I'll check back in 100 years and let you know how I went, guys.
Do you see this craziness? Like, look at those girls on the top of a mountain. That is so cool. Okay, Mare, it's time. When it all boils down, and we weigh out the pros and cons of both scenarios, Mare and I have decided to do what you guys all want us to do.
That's true.
You all want us
I think people would have been really mad.
to flip this house and move in. And we're not doing it because you want us to, even though there's a million comments to say, if they sell this house, I'm unsubscribing. We're not doing it because you want us to. But we have decided, like, we're going to put so much effort in this house. It's going to be the house that we want. Everything's going to be exactly how we pick it out.
There's a lot of stuff that we want to do, too, like, as we
You'll
finish
see.
building it,
Yes.
that we wouldn't do, it wouldn't be practical to do if we were flipping it.
True, for sure. And there's just, I don't know, it's going to be all built exactly how we want it, which is going to be so cool. So, Demolitia, welcome home. This is it. This is where I will watch TV. That is where Mare will cook me eggs and bacon every morning for the rest of my life.
Cook breakfast.
I cook my own breakfast. That is the living room, and that's our bedroom and bathroom, and there's Addie's room and Lincoln's room and Annie's room. This is our home. This is the new Demolitia headquarters. Welcome home, Demolitia.
Ow! Daddy, I'm going.
Go for it.
Let's climb it.
Isn't it amazing? You guys want to see the front of the house? It's amazing also. So for those of you who have been watching this series from the beginning, this whole thing you'll know is new. For those who are new here, you won't remember, but there was this huge weird thing that just stuck up in the air, and it was a big, empty, hollow, made no sense, ugly triangle box thing. Very strange. And here was all parapet walls right there. They just went straight up so you couldn't actually see the roof. Up there was the same thing. We've taken those roofs down. This roof still needs to be finished. This one is, you can see it is how it's gonna be. We obviously need to put the metal roofing on it, but has a peak there. That is going to extend out into a porch over that, and then there will be a regular roof going down there. So we've tried to dress up the front a little bit to make it not so boring, and I think it's gonna look really good. Obviously, there's gonna be a little bit of roof that comes off of here and change it up a little bit. And then we're gonna do some rock and stucco and siding, right? To kind of accent it all and make it look cool.
Yeah.
As you can see, we're moving across the whole house with the zip boards, slowly getting this house zipped up. And then we go tape all the seams to keep the water out. So it's all working its way around. This concrete too, all set so that now we can build studs up to support that corner, and it'll just be a big corner that is even with that coming down to try to make this kind of tie in, because it was just floating out there and being all weird. So now we have a little extension on our foundation to tie in all of that stuff.
Hi.
Are you on the roof?
Yeah?
Y'all are sitting on the roof?
Yeah?
This seems a little bit dangerous.
It's not. A bird.
Wow, a bird. All right, I will come back tomorrow to work on this mansion and probably be done with it in like a day or two. This portion of the video is sponsored by Vistaprint. Vistaprint is a global e-commerce brand that makes it easy for small businesses worldwide to promote their business with high quality and affordable marketing products. Vistaprint helps you kick off the year with a professional update to your marketing. They have curated marketing products with many designs and features that are there to help. I was stoked when Vistaprint said they wanted to sponsor an episode because I actually have already been using Vistaprint for a long time for my vet clinic. We get all of our business cards printed by Vistaprint. And so I decided to go ahead and reach out and try some other things. They also make bigger postcards, and we also started ordering stickers through them. Just gonna put this thing. Perfect. Vistaprint offers tons of current designs and allows you to modify them to fit your need. They also offer you to totally create your own, which is obviously what we did here. We put our logo and our phone number and our address on there so we can hand these things out to clients and hopefully increase business. For 30% off postcards, sheets, stickers, and flyers, plus free economy shipping on orders over $50, click the link in the description below, vistaprint.com/offtheranch, and use code Vistaprint30. Just trying to drum up some business, you know? Thank you so much to Vistaprint for sponsoring this portion of the video. Holy cow. Well, we've obviously sprung a little leak in this house. It's all right though, it's totally fine. Oh, dang. I don't know if that's waterproof up there. The reason that the ceiling is leaking down there is because the roof up here is leaking. Oh wait, there is no roof. So the rain last night comes straight down here onto the second floor, and then drips down to the first floor. Well, this house isn't gonna fix itself. I get really hot up here, throwing wood, and then I stop for a second, and that wind starts kicking in, and it gets cold again. And apparently I threw my sweatshirt in a puddle. Cool. Ugh. Check this out. This is so much better. I know I've said this like 5 times, but why would they not have done that to start with? It just makes so much more sense to have that all be a big porch that goes all the way around. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's so cool. So now this is what we are going to tackle pretty soon because we were just waiting for that to be there. So that soon, let me show you what it's going to look like. I can show you because we already did the one up front. So here's that little area in the front that was poured, and you can see we went ahead and supported that corner of the upstairs. So it has studs all in there, supported with the zip boards put on the outside. It still needs to be like, have the flashing put around it, but God, that's so cool. And now it just looks like it was there the whole time, even though that was not there a couple days ago. Oh, and I want to address some concerns. A lot of people saw this and they were like, hey, your boards go straight down to the bottom board, so water is going to seep in there. This is actually how it's supposed to be. If I can find a place to show you what we're doing exactly. Here's a good place where you can see. So that actually is just a treated piece of board that we ripped to fit perfectly there. So it's the exact depth of this, and it goes down a little bit below this footer here, and we put them along the bottom the whole way around. And the reason is, this has the foam layer on the inside to insulate it a little bit, but that foam layer, if we didn't have this, the foam layer would be open to the environment right there. So we put a treated piece of lumber under there, and then we get that liquid flash stuff and cover all of it to totally seal this treated piece of lumber in and seal any gap right there. So any water that may be on this wall running down will never touch our foam, will never touch the non-waterproof layer. This layer is all waterproof. This stuff is obviously not. So no water will ever touch that, and it'll just run down, and then this thing goes a little bit below our footer. So the water theoretically should touch zero wood. And realistically, there's not a ton of water that even touches this, right? Because you got to think you have the rock or the siding or the stucco, which is over the top of this. But sometimes moisture will get through, and it'll just let it a little drip, run, and go out. We also are going to have overhangs over the entire thing, so there'll always be overhangs. So some rain, if it's really driving, could come hit our rock wall. Some of it could seep through, but very little. And if it does, we have everything waterproof, so it should just run out. And there'll also be like a space here, I think, so it dries out in the wall. What Matt Reisinger always says is you want to keep as much water out as you can, but you also have to leave ways to let the water that does get in, let it dry out. So you want it to breathe under that rock, which is interesting. I didn't know that, but I'm learning as we go. Also, since the wall went there, and then we added that little bump out, look what it did to the inside. It may or may not have left a little secret area. Look at this thing, right? So there's gonna be a straight wall all right here. I'm thinking some kind of secret door, and then I can put all my good vibes in there. Not those. That would be so cool. Okay, that is the end of the abandoned mansion video. As you guys can see, it is coming along. We're just continuing to fix rotten things and put the zip boards up on the outside of the house. So thank you guys so much for watching us turn this house into our home. Our home! I said it! Thanks for all the support. Thanks for liking and commenting and just being here in general. It pumps me up that you guys are pumped up about this video. Be careful, you're real close to the edge. Hey,